How our CRM works, it's very easy, so basically you don't need to follow this lesson, but if you want to know more to make sure you did not forget something, I'm going to try to be as specific as possible. First, let's begin with the definitions of our CRM, because depending from one country to another, one company to another, the definition can be different. So first we have what we call the banks of contacts. The bank of contacts are all the names where you can find more customers if you want. We have it's divided into two. The reserve list, I would say, this list sometimes can be bought or you can create it yourself. And the other category, which is prospect on hold. That means prospect that you try to get in, but you were blocked, so they decide to put it on the ice, I would say, there, and 6 months later or 1 year later, perhaps you can get in. But you don't want to hit your head against this prospect where you can enter. You decide you don't want to delete it because it's an important prospect, but you want to put it on hold. So basically, the banks of contact is comprise these two. Prospect, the targeted contacts, I would say. You decide to choose some ones, 10 or 100, whatever, and you can classify them by number: prospect 1, prospect 2, prospect 3, by potential and by ease to get in. Or you can also say prospect 1, 2, 3 by sales phase or sales step. That means that prospect 1 would be somebody that you talk only once, or known. 2, that you had a few contacts with him, and 3, you are close to sell, or you are very close to sell. So depending on the kind of sell, you can decide one or the other. For the customers, you are going to divide it by customers A, B, and C. A, important ones; B, with less important, with some potential; and C, smaller. And the ongoing proposals, that means either the clients or customers to which you made some proposals. Okay, so this is the way, the definitions of each of them. Now the flow, and I'm going to spend some time here. We're going to see that often and often because this is key for success, and that's the way we built the system. First, on your left here are your follow-ups. Your follow-ups are key because they tell you that you are in time or late to call back this or this customer. You know you have to call the right person at the right time. Then here at the beginning you have the banks of contacts. That's a contact you put in, that you imported in your system here. Then you choose some of them, the most important one, and here you have the prospect. From prospect, they are going to be clients, and then you are going to make proposals. The proposals can come from the clients or from the prospect, depending. Okay, but if a prospect made a proposal, it's going to be a client. And from the proposals, if the customer says yes or no, then it should get out and be back as a client or prospect. So it will be up to you to decide in which place it has to be, but that's the flow. So now we're going to go step by step. It's very easy. First thing you have to do, if you are using the system for the first time, top right of your screen, you click on new, and either you enter a client or a contact, depending on what you want, individually, one by one, but it's long. But if you had somebody who just called you, just came to see you, that's what you can do. Or you can import a list. The only thing you have to know is that if you want to import a list, it's much easier. You can import hundreds or thousands of clients. Thousands, by the way, would be much too many. But if you want to import, you have to put your Excel sheet with exactly the same column as the we show you. We tell you how the system is organized. So if you want to have the proper information at the proper place, you have to use the matrix we propose. Okay, the template. Then, once you have created your list of clients or prospects, you can decide to to create a new client information where you are going to put, I would say, everything else each time. So you fill the form with the name of the client, the number, the telephone number, and the email address. That should come, I would say, automatically when you create, when you import your files, or you do it manually when you do it one by one. So here are the key things and information that shouldn't move. Here you have the information of your last contact with this person. For example, somebody visited you or gave you a call and is asking for a proposal, and you can write it here easily. Okay? Then after, you can modify the status. Is it a prospect, somebody that called you for the first time? Or is that somebody that you already know? Is it a client? Or perhaps you decided he asked you to make a proposal, and you can put it here. Very easy. After, or contact on hold, I doubt it, because contact on hold is only when you try it a couple of times. Then after, you can decide that, okay, it's a prospect or a client. Which priority is it? 1, 2, or 3? Or A, B, or C? You see that normally 1, 2, or 3 goes with prospect, and for client A, B, or C. And then after, you can decide to, when do I want to call this person back? Should it be today, tomorrow, or the day after? Or the week after, or the month after, or a precise date? And you see that it's very easy. You don't have to go in menus and sub-menus. You have everything here. And it's based on your business life, day to day, day-to-day business. Why? Because in other systems, you have to sometimes go in the calendar and then a specific day and then specific time. In life, it doesn't work like that. In general, say, okay, call me tomorrow, or call me next week, or next month. Or sometimes some will tell you, okay, this specific date. Then you can also put it. So when you fill this client information, first you begin with the key information that don't move, okay? That you enter either manually or when you have a list automatically. Here you fill the information that can be changed, each time you meet this person. Then you decide to choose the status or to modify it, the priority, and the next follow-up. And everything is here. It's simple, it's on the same page. You can do it in a few seconds by discussing with the client. So that's one of the key efficiency of this system. Now that you fill this page, you can decide to put your customer here in the bank of contact, or prospect, or client, or proposal, but we did it by filling the form before. Okay. Step 4, you have to call the client again, and reclassify it if necessary. So you still have the key info here. Here, the last time you talked to this customer, you have it here. You can modify the status if you talk again and say, okay, it was a prospect, now it's going to be a client. You can decide to modify the priorities necessary and the next follow-up. Very easy. It's basically it's the same form. You don't have many forms. It's the same, easy. Then you have to do your follow-ups. So you click on today, tomorrow, the week after, or each month of the year, or you go to calendar. Then you put your notes, and that's it. So you click on the follow-up bookmark. The follow-up appears in order of priority then. If it's red, that means that you are late. You don't have to go to the file. Immediately you can see the dates and when you should make your follow-up. It's very easy. In your column, you contact the client immediately, either from the table or when you push on the client form, and that's it. It's very intuitive. It's difficult to explain because it's just natural. I would say that Always prioritize your follow-up of the current proposal. I will come back on that, but you have invested in this client or this contact. This is the prospect or client that can bring you the most because there is a proposal ready to go, or ready to be accepted, I would say. Of course, they should also you should include also this proposal is in your follow-ups, okay? But I think that this is more important than the follow-ups because sometimes you are late for your follow-ups. And if you try to answer some small clients, but you forget your proposal, that's a big mistake. So I would say that, again, that's going to depend on you. You can focus on your follow-up first if you are able to control it. But if you may be late, then you should have a look to the column of your proposal first, and then you follow it. But it's again a question of organization. I told you that you had a page where you can centralize all the information. Here it is. Here you have the Gmail, the Google Disk, Google Agenda, ActionClient, for example. It's just a demonstration for you. Again, you can keep the organization you already have. I'm sure you have already your shortcuts, but if you want to control everything from your CRM, from ActionClient, then you can customize this page with all the links. In fact, they are URLs to your cloud, okay? And the advantage of a cloud is that the big clouds are securized, so that is safer for you. But you can centralize everything on this page. What you have to do is that you have 3 dots on the right of the page. You click on that, and then you can find this page, then you customize for you. Now, how to prioritize your task to sell more. I explained you how it worked. I may be a bit redundant, but I would like now to give you the sales point of view, what I like to do. First, how to prioritize your list. 1, your current proposal. I'm repeating myself here. 2, the follow-ups. 3, the customers you already have because you invested in them too. Then your prospect, then your reserve list, and then your prospect put on hold. Prioritize your customers and prospect. Customers should be prioritized by ABC. A, the 20% of your customers that make 80% of your business. B, smaller customers but they have potential. And C, smaller ones. Prospects 1 to 3, either by if you have a general sales cycle or short sales cycle. 1, high potential, easy to get in. 2, high potential, hard to get in. 3, easy to get in but small potential. Or by sales step. Prospect 1 would be the final stage of the sale. Number 2 would be intermediate stage of the sale. Prospect 3, first contact with the customer. Or you can do the contrary. Obviously, the 1 would be at the beginning of the sale, the 2 in the mid of the sale, and the 3rd at the end of the sale. Depends on the kind of product you are selling. Write your calls or your email scripts for your appointment. Before calling, you should have that. You can also follow some sales course that I'm going to tell you how to do it. So the first thing you have to do when you call is to identify, greet the customer, show your satisfaction to speak to him. Then you identify yourself, your company, and specialization. It should be very short. You shouldn't spend too much time here. Then you sell the advantage of your appointment. Example, I'm going to give you an example. The market is currently moving a lot in your sector. You know, the market always moves, so this introduction can always be good. The solution is I invite you to a 30 minutes face-to-face or video conference information session. The objective is to show you how you can protect yourself from the market now or benefit from the market. What do you prefer? In your office with a video conference or face-to-face? When do you prefer, in the morning or in the afternoon? This week or next week? And that's it. You have it here. Basically, that can fit to pretty much any business, okay? But because market changes in businesses. Then you can build your script with the presentation, your presentation, the current situation, propose the meeting, advantage of the meeting, confirm the meeting. That's what you should do now, because I just gave you a general example on how the script, whether face-to-face, telephone, face-to-face is rare now, but I've seen some people still doing it, or telephone or emailing, it can work. So plan time slots in your agenda. That's key. If you want to succeed, it's not one call here and one call here. No, you have to have a minimum time slot of 2 or 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours to call, because you have to be concentrated. If you're a developer, maybe you should spend all your day doing it. Also use different timing during the day, because if you call only in the morning, you are going to be able to contact those available in the morning, and same for the afternoon. So it should be both morning, afternoon, and if necessary, evening, depending on your kind of business. Know that for the business people, you call them in the morning, the afternoon, or difficult vice president and president between 5 and 7 p.m. In their car, if you have their cellular phone. And for individuals, in general, it's morning, afternoon, evening, and Saturday, depending whether they work or they don't work. Try to find a place that is calm and without disturbance. Do not accept the disturbance from either your family, if you work at home, or your friends, or your business partners. You are concentrated on calling and try to find new customers. Be 100% concentrated. It's a difficult thing to call and to prospect, so you should be concentrated. And try to aim between 2 to 5 appointments, sometimes more per day. Then you have to call your customers and prospects. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Prioritize the current proposal, follow-ups, clients and prospect, reserve list, customer to be postponed. Respect your permanent priorities at work. Open your CRM in the morning. Attend your real or remote meeting. Work on your administrative work, and then make your statistic. But your key is to call your customer and to meet them. And we're going to finish on tracking the results with the dashboard. The past results, that means the past sales, the number of completed proposals, to get an idea of your closing rate, and for the future, your current proposal, now ongoing proposal, and the number of appointments in your agenda. The past is going to tell you how efficient you were, the future, what's going to come. Have a good day.